Welcome to another guide to new mods for Friday the 15th of February with me, MrSealyp. Okay, we have got mods from Friday the 15th of February. I didn't do the video yesterday, I'm doing it this morning on Saturday the 16th, and we've got quite a nice selection again. We've got a couple here that well actually three of these. I like them all, but three of them stand out for me. We've got more trees in the background, another tree pack. I'm trying to think, what am I going to start with? You know what, I'm going to start at the front here. We're going to start with this. It's glaringly obvious, you can't really miss it. This is the kleiner Verdivider, I think that's right. It means small horse pasture. This is by I think it's no.naim. It could be no.naim actually, thinking about it. I like this a lot. And when they say small horse pasture, they mean small horse pasture. If you're from the UK and you're old like me, you might remember a series called Steptoe and Sons. I get the feeling it's that kind of thing. You've got a bathtub here for the water and that kind of thing. It's brilliant. We'll have a quick look in the Modhub at this first, and then I'll go around it and explain a couple of things. So if we go into our store and we go to animal pens, there's a few reasons why I like this. The horse paddock is 50,000, the large horse paddock is 95,000. One holds 8 horses, one holds 16 horses. Now on my Ravenport Let's Play at the moment, I only bought 2 horses. I bought 2 just to test out the theory, see what it was like. You know, you start getting to larger numbers, it can get unwieldy, it gets difficult because you've got to train them every day and it can take a long time, especially if you're going for 16 horses. That's a lot of work. This one, however, only takes 2 horses, which is brilliant. So when it says small horse paddock, it really is a small horse paddock, but it's only 8 grand. So if you want to dip your toes into the waters of equestrian ownership, was it equine? Could be equine. Anyway, it's only 8 grand. That's a no-brainer. When you buy it to place it as well, this takes up very, very little space. I mean, tiny amount of space, which is absolutely brilliant. I like it. I think it's great. If you come to this big gap here at the front on PlayStation, if I press circle, that kind of opens up. It's almost like a little electric fence. They look like the electric fence connectors to me. There's no, I can't see a battery pack type thing for the electric fence itself, but anyway, that's to open that. So when you come into feed, we've got the water trough here. You can come into this bit here to do it. Now it does say in the menu you can turn those off. Oh, is that part of the hazard marking? Don't you dare come out of here. I think that's under the where is it, on the icons, interactive zone markers. Oh, hang on. Is it interactive zone markers? I think. Let's turn it off. Yep. So you can turn those off, but that turns them off across the entire game, obviously. So it depends if you want to do that or not. Often on a new map, it's good to have them on so you can find out where the sell points and stuff are. But you can fill the water up from the outside here. When I did a test earlier, I drove up the side here with the trailer, and it filled up the bathtub from the outside there. So that's for filling up your water for your horse. We've then got the straw is here, and it puts a bit of straw on the ground down there, and then this is for your feed. For your hay and your oats, that's where this goes. I think it's really, really cool. It's very simple, very straightforward, but why does it have to be massive and complicated? You might only want to have a horse or 2 horses, you know. You might not want to go mad, you know. But anyway, that's really cool. I like that. Fits in very small spaces and looks good, etc, etc. Very nice mod. I'm blown away by that. Absolutely brilliant. What shall we look at next? We have got the Demla TSM 330L. Yes, I think it is. That's by Agrartechnik Nordeifel. Oh, that reminds me. I keep doing this, I'm really sorry. The horse pasture is 4 slots. That will take up 4 slots. Anyway, so yeah, round the back here we've got a new trailer. And this is the Demla. This will use up 6 slots. Very, very nice design. Obviously I've gone with a bright colour because I wanted it to stand out on the thumbnail, you know. But again, detailing, wow. It is just, I mean, like I say, a lot of these now, bright, clean, crisp, detailed. There's some nice features to this that I want to show you in a second as well that really kind of stand out. TSM Mammoth. So we'll have a look in store, scroll across, then we'll go across to trailers and go right the way across to where we get to it. And we've got a few options available on this as well, which is always nice. The TSM 330L, 69,000 to buy, and it's 46,000 litres in its biggest configuration. That's not 46,000 litres for 69 grand. Where does that put that on the scheme of things? 46, that's 48, 47, 48. So yeah, it's between that and these. So it's actually quite pricey, really. That's a 47,000 litre for 59 grand. Well, this one is 69 grand standard. Well, let's have a look. I'll show you what I mean. At the moment, that's in standard configuration. That's only 41,000 litres. So that's 69 grand for 41,000 litres. If we go to configuration, we can have it with extensions, which are the boards up the top. That takes it to 46,000 litres, but that bumps the price up to 75,500. So it actually does make it quite expensive. It's a nice trailer, and again, you know, you might decide it doesn't matter, I don't care about the money, I want to try something new, I want to try a different trailer. So that's extension boards. If we go back up, we can change the main colour to any of these options available. We can go with a, well, that's a bit of a baby blue, that one, isn't it? I've got it on the yellow already. We can have orange. Oh wow, that's a bit, some of these colours are a little bit garish, aren't they? We can go a little bit more muted if we want to. The standard one's there as well. That green there, that's not too bad. Anyway, yeah, so we can change the colour. As far as wheel configuration goes, that depends on which brand you go for. So we go across, we've got Michelin's, Trelleborgs. If we go Michelin's, you've got the Cargo X-Bib 710 50Rs, or you can go with the 750s, which are a little bit bigger. I think if we go back to, hang on, Trelleborgs, you can have twin radial 710 50s or twin radial 710 45s. So there's a few options available there, which is always very nice. We do like options. I do like options anyway. So, like I say, it's a little bit pricey if you change the wheel types and then go for the extensions. You're looking at 77 grand. It is a little bit pricey, but anyway. I'm going to go and grab this. This is another one of the mods that we're going to look at in a minute. I'm just going to grab it for a moment. Not to... I'm just realised I'm not going to be able to get in there, am I? I'll use this for the other ones. I'll grab this one. You know, there's a couple of things I like about this. So when we unload, if I do L1, R1 and triangle to do the unload function, it's a slide back one, which I like. But what I love is the detail on this board here that's sliding. When it gets to here, it tips up as well, which is brilliant. But you've also got at the edges of that board these little runners, the little runners that are there to make sure it gets all the crop out. You know, these little angled runners. The detailing on it is absolutely brilliant. I wanted to check the actual hookup as well between the tractor and the thing. There you go. Well, all your cables plugged in there and your hydraulic lines, whatnot. Look at that. Look at the detailing of this. Cables running out. It's just brilliant. So what we'll do, let's have a quick look from the top when that goes back in. Try and get an angle we can see this in. And close it again. That is very, very neat. Very crisp, very detailed. Very cool. I like that trailer a lot. Like I say, it's a little bit pricey, but it's nice. It's well made, smooth animations. Very cool indeed. Well, as soon as we're there, we might as well have a look at this one. This is going to be one of my new favourite tractors. Very, very nice indeed. This is the Deutz-Fahr, or the Deutz Agrostar Clearview. This is by Puma. FBM. It's 18 slots to buy. And as you've probably already heard, we've got it already running, so it's quite loud when we accelerate. Reminds me of the Fiat Agri we had on FS17. But that said, it's a beautiful looking thing. I mean, if you like that, I like these style of tractors, so I like it a lot. Over here I've got a standard version. So we've got the standard version here, and the exhaust comes out the bonnet up there. We'll have a look at this in store in a minute, but I just, again, it's just really nice. I know I'm a bit kind of, I love it, I really do love it, and there's a lot of things to like about this too. Let's have a look in store, shall we? So, tractors, it's under small tractors, so we click on that and scroll right over along to the mods, always tend to turn up at the end. So we've got the Agrostar Fricht, I'm not quite sure how you say that, 17,969. So you're kind of looking at, if you're going to put it into your Let's Play or get your head around it, it's a second-hand tractor type thing. You know, that's not bad. That's a really good price. So let's have a look. Well, we can change the rim colour for starters, and there are some interesting options. It's 107 horsepower standard, so it's 17,900. What did I say it was? 969. Is 107 horsepower. So we go to rim colour. We've got slightly darker grey. We have got a kind of muted red, bright red, orange, yellow, and my favourite, like that. You don't have to go with the shiny black, obviously, whatever you fancy going with to make yours stand out. So, configuration, let's go to, I need to get this the right way around. So, we can have a weight on the front, 360 kilogram, 560 kilogram, 760, 1010, it's gone back up to rim colour again. Or we can have front hydraulics. Now, I would have it with a 3-point link on the front, simply because I like the versatility of being able to hook up front and back. But that's just me personally. So it's got the PTO shaft on there as well, or the PTO attachment for a PTO shaft. Michelin's, we can have Trelleborgs, we can have miters. I love those. That's what I've got on it at the moment. But with the miters, we can go to all different things. We can go standard or wide, and the wide, they're like huge flotation tyres. Sort of thing you would use for mowing grass and that kind of thing, so you wouldn't do a lot of damage. Let's go back to that though. No, back. This thing. I know people keep saying, "Oh, plug in a mouse." It's like, okay, well. So the Trelleborgs is where your narrows are at, and I think we can change. Yeah, we can go Trelleborgs, wide tyres and weights, rear twins, and back to narrows again. So it depends on what options you want. Will depend very heavily on what you choose. You can have knock-ins as well. The Michelin's, standards, wides, and that's it. So it depends. If you want narrows, you're going to have to go with the Trelleborgs. Yeah, you'll have a fiddle around. You'll find a selection you like. So we've got 107 horsepower. We've got 115 horsepower, 130 horsepower, or 143 horsepower. Now, obviously, that puts the price up a little bit. It's added another 9,400 on, but you're still looking at 143 horsepower tractor for 30 grand, just over 30,000. That's brilliant. And also, if we go down one more notch on here, we can also have it with a front loader attachment as well. So there are a lot of options. And when you go up to 143 horsepower version, your exhaust no longer comes out the bonnet; it runs up the side there. You've got this kind of almost like chromed, well, not chromed, I don't know, but a kind of covered exhaust running up the outside. Very nice piece of kit. Very nice piece of kit indeed. I really do like this. I like the price. I like the concept of, and people say, oh, it's ridiculous, you wouldn't buy a tractor for that amount of money. But you can pick up second-hand tractors, of course you can. And some of the tractors in game are pretty pricey, pretty expensive. It's going to be another one of these. It's a nice option as an entry-level tractor, 143 horsepower, not too expensive. So if you're getting your farm up and running and you're trying to save a little bit of money, it's a nice bit of kit to have. Anyway, I need to move on. We've got more stuff to look at. We're going to look at the... Oh, actually, we'll look at this first. So to the side here we have got, I'm going to get this right, this is the Duvelsdorf silage vulture, I think it is. It's a silage roller, silage leveller kind of thing. And this is also by Agrartechnik Nordeifel, and that will set you back 4 slots. I don't often use levelers. I sometimes use the Holorus ones, but not very often. I assume, I'm not too sure, this wheel here on this hydraulic arm here raises and lowers. Now I assume it raises into position kind of that way. I'll show you. Let's have a look, shall we? So it runs along the edge of the bunker silo wall, I would assume, so you don't crash your roller into. I think I can't. I've never actually come across it before. I'm assuming that's what it does. I don't know why else it'd be. Let's try and we've got some light on it because the sun's coming from behind us over there. We want to be able to see it, don't we? Right, so if I do, I think it's L1 and is it up and down? No, it's R1 then. There we go. So if I go down or up, so that's folded away like that. So I assume you kind of bring it up like that, and that will then roll along the silage bunker wall. So it doesn't hit the. I mean, I could be completely wrong here. If you know, let me know, because it does fold all the way down to there, well, all the way down to there actually. But I can't see. I don't know what that would be for there. Like I say, I don't know. If you do know, let me know. But that's what it does. It moves up and down like that, and we can lower that into position, and that will go over a bunker silo and help with your levelling process. So there we go. Right, turn that off. Next I'm going to look at the tree pack. We've got another tree pack today. This is Placeable trees, and this is by DtP Mario. Pretty much all the trees in this pack are about, they're 2 slots each. Oh hang on, I didn't say. Did I say what the silage roller was? I did, didn't I? Yeah, they're 2 slots each. If we go into, we're going to need placeables for this, and decoration. We scroll across. There are 17 different tree types to choose from. We've got birch small, medium, large, extra large. We've got birch dead. We've then got pine small, medium, large, pine extra large, pine giant, pine dead. We've got a poplar. Spruce small, medium, large, extra large, giant, and that's it. Now we've got a nice selection. I've done some testing on these. After the More Trees mod on Valentine's Day, I had a lot of questions asked about these, and this says specifically in the Modhub that these can be used and you can fell these, cut them down, etc, etc. Now, there's something I need to say about that. I don't know whether or not the whole console thing has been thought through with that in mind, because here's the issue. Yeah, I do want a chainsaw, thank you. When you purchase these, the first one, generally speaking, they're 2 slots. The very small ones are 1 slot, and that will sit on your slot count. If you buy a lot of these, because it says in the Modhub you can cut them down, so you think, oh, I can place a load of those, cut them down. You know, I kind of looked at this on the More Trees one yesterday, but didn't go into enough detail on it. So at the moment, if I go into my garage, all of these trees are here, and I can sell them. So I can go on to any one of these. Well, say any one of these. This is the weird thing. These are the ones that I've placed so far. Where are the other ones? I'm sure I put a couple of. See, they're not all on here. These pine giants, I placed further over by the garage as a test. I cut them down. I logged them. I wood chipped them. Then I cut out the tree stumps. They're still showing as me having them. They haven't gone. Now the whole point of the slot count is to allow for the RAM, the memory space it takes for having these in the game. If you've placed one, then cut it down, then removed the stump, there is no memory being required anymore for that tree. Surely it doesn't exist anymore. Yet they're still showing as being on my owned items. I can't get rid of them, which means they're eating into my slot count. No, I can sell. I can't actually. These ones I can't sell anymore. The poplar, for example, if I go to the poplar now, that will let me sell that. That was standing in the background. If I go to this one now, pine giant, this is where they were. I had them lined up here. I cut them down, I took away the tree stumps, but it's still registering that they exist, and I can't get rid of them. So be incredibly careful. If you are going to get them for logging and you cut them down and take the stumps away, they still show on your slot count, and they still show that you've got them, and you can't do a thing about it. Now what I'm going to do, having said all of that, just want to show you something. Actually, I need to get a little bit lower down. There we go. So you can cut them down if you want to, but I don't know. So, but we got a nice selection here, and that's not taken away from the mod itself. You know, the mods are great, and if you want to use these as placeables to put around, that's what I mean. These two here, I've got a birch medium and a birch large, and they're not showing, oddly enough, on my owned items. I've got the pines and a spruce, but it's not showing. I don't know why it's doing that. It's very odd. You can't lease a tree, so it's not under leased. Anyway, I don't know, but they're very, very nice mods, very nicely detailed. Like I say, good for putting around as decoration to add to your farm and that kind of thing. Very, very nice indeed. Now this is the thing that I'm more interested in now. So yeah, that's the placeable trees from DtP Mario. So next we've got the BioBelt UM300 Forestry Mulcher. This is by Toxic Om. This is this lovely red thing at the front here. This will use up 6 slots. Now there was a mulcher on FS17, but I could never get it to do forestry stuff, weirdly. I don't know why. Very, very nice. Very clean, very crisp. Like I say, most of the mods out are now. They're absolutely brilliant. This I've gone with work lights. So we'll have a look, and this is under forestry equipment. So we'll have a look under forestry. We'll scroll across till we get to it, which is there. The UM300, 2,499 to buy. So this machinery cuts tree stumps. Awesome. That's just what we need. We can change the main colour to any of those. I left it on red because I just thought, you know. And then we've got the option of standard or work light, which adds another 240 onto it, which is no major hassle. So where are we? Let's grab the tractor. I'll put it on the back, I think. So if you're looking for an alternative stump grinder, this is the thing. I like it a lot. And what I like as well, I know a lot of the mods have got this now, but if I turn it on, we've got the vibrating PTO in there. Come to this side and swing around a bit. Sharp spinning, look at that. Even with the decal on it, I mean that looks brilliant. Let me zoom out a little bit. The bars running underneath. Now what we can do, we can tilt this in different directions, we can raise it, and we can lower it ourselves. I'm doing that with L1 on my right stick, so we can actually see that moving underneath. You can, when you've set it, you can do as L1 and circle, and it will lower the whole assembly down. So you've got quite a bit of adjustment on this. It's quite noisy because now obviously that's revving up the tractor. Now this one is the standard tractor, and this is only 107 horsepower. So as you can tell, with that running on the back of the mulcher, the tractor doesn't really want to move. It hasn't really got the horsepower, but anyway, so if I bring that along here now and drop that down, we have very, very quickly got rid of the stump. Lovely. I tilt that a little bit and bring that down myself. This one also, I couldn't get to work on all of these, it was a bit fiddly, but we can. If you want me to take down some trees around your farm that are in the way, a bit of a pain, you don't want to have to log them, wood chip them, this will actually remove, it will mulch the entire tree if you wanted to. If you fancy a bit of tree mulching, there you go. Very cool bit of kit. Let's turn it for a second. But what it will also do, let's take it over here. Let's tilt it. Turn it on. Down a bit further. This will mow as well, it will cut your grass if you want it to, and it doesn't leave behind a swath. doesn't leave behind all the grass and stuff. So if you wanted to use this, I don't know, let's say for a Let's Play, where you were cutting grass for the council, or you were going and doing people's lawns and stuff, or you were doing your own lawn and you want to be able to cut the grass without that hassle of having to go and collect all the grass up afterwards, you can do it. We'll do that too. Very nice mod. Like I say, I might have to say it pretty much. The mods today, or from yesterday, I really like all of them. They're really good mods today. That mulcher's a seriously cool bit of kit. That's by Toxicom. Very nice indeed. Now the last one's the one that's got me a bit baffled. Bear with me 1 second. So what we've got are these. Now these are fuel tanks with the numbers on it. It's like Thunderbirds kind of thing. So this is fuel tank. This is by Krisjo. And the fuel tank will use up 1 slot, which is not very much at all. They're unusual in that I don't need that out. It's got ponds on one and it's got Komatsu on the other. So these are specifically designed for forestry, from what I can kind of gather. In the description on the Modhub, it says these will go on dollies and anything with a dolly type thing, like I think it means like the 5th wheel hitch. And it's got this bar at the top here. And I think you're supposed to lift them up and drop them off using the crane arms on the various different bits of forestry equipment. Now, I've had a fiddle around with these, and I can't. It's probably just me. I can't get on with them. I lifted them up using a crane arm just as a practice, a bit of a testing, which I was going to show you. And, you know, using the crane, whether you're good at it, bad at it, whichever, I couldn't get it to stay on the 5th wheel attachment on the back of a truck or a dolly. It kept falling off. So I don't know whether you would just pick it up with a crane. And I say it could just be me using it wrong. I don't know. I don't want to do them an injustice, and like I say, I don't want to show you and it all be kind of negative. It's probably just me getting this wrong. I definitely think this is designed for forestry. There's a couple of reasons why. Because they're under forestry equipment for a start, and all the pictures and the detail in the Modhub does say. It kind of gives you that impression because it shows you pictures of them being used with the forwarders and various different things like that. It's only 8,500 to buy. That said, the tank capacity is only 970 litres, and it does say this will fill your vehicle a couple of times. I think that the concept is you take it out with you into the forest, that gets put down with 970 litres in it, then you can get on with your forestry all day long. And if you need to refuel at any point, you can just go to that little tank in the forest and refuel. It's a brilliant idea. It's a great concept. I really do like it. I just can't get on with it. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Anyway, we've got a couple of options, or a few options available. We've got design colour. Now, weirdly, the design colour is this little step thing. If I go to yellow, that step there, or standing plate, or whatever you want to call it. Do it again. Let's go with green to make it stand. That changes that there. Now, this is where I've had a few issues trying to get this to go. Oh, there you go, main colour. We've got that to work. We can change the main colour of this as well if we want to. That's disgusting. Let's not do that one again. Some ponds, so I suppose we could go to that. We can go to maybe orange. I don't know. Whatever combination you feel like using. So we can change the main colour and the design colour, and then we can change the actual design itself from ponds to Komatsu, whichever you'd rather, and then you can change it to fit your vehicles or whatever you want to do. Like I say, I don't want to do this mod a disservice. It's a great idea, it's a great mod, it looks very clean and detailed, there's some nice options available. 970 litres doesn't seem a huge amount to me, but that's just me personally, and I just really struggled to get it to work. Not that it won't take fuel or anything like that, you know what I mean? It just seemed a little bit complicated to use for what it is. I don't know, again, that's just me. I mean, yeah, I don't want to be negative about it. It's a nice clean mod, and it will do what it says it does. I guess it's just not for me. I suppose that's probably the best way of putting it. And that's it. I think that's all the mods today. Agrartechnik Nordeifel, no.naim, Toxicom, Puma FBM, Krisjo, and DtP Mario. Or Mario, again, could be wrong. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.